I'm going to talk about how to use your calculator to calculate a z-test when you have a known population standard deviation. For this problem, I'm going to go back to the problem we used for confidence intervals with tips based on good weather, and I'm going to assume all of my conditions have been met, everything's normal, and we're good to go. Psychologists that studied make a claim that the mean population tip is 18% when you have a message of good weather, but there's a group of servers that believe that this actually increases the tip more than 18%. So we have our null hypothesis here with the mu being 18 and the claim that it's greater than 18. So if I want to test this claim, it doesn't give me an alpha level. I'm going to use an alpha level of 0.05 level of significance. So I go to stat, I go to tests, and I'm using a z-test. I know my standard deviation here. My standard deviation, it's not mentioned again, but the population standard deviation is 2. I'm not using a t-test because my standard deviation is known. I can again do data or statistics. My data is in L1, so I'm just going to hit data. I need to know what my mu value is or my hypothesized value. They claim that it's 18%, but the servers think that it's greater than that. So when I'm choosing my alternative, I have to make sure that it matches greater than to greater than, and then I calculate. And I get my test statistic of z equal to 9. That's huge. The probability of being greater than that, I want you guys to notice here that my p-value is not 2.43. It does not make sense to have a p-value that is larger than 1. This is a ridiculously small p-value. That is 20 zeros and then 2 behind the decimal. So the p-value is virtually 0. So you could say approximately 0 here. So this p-value being low, it's much lower than my alpha. I would reject the null, and I would definitely say that I have supporting evidence for the claim that it is greater than 18. I could do stat, tests, and I could do a z-test with statistics. The only difference is that I would manually input the standard deviation and x bar. So it's just a matter of whether you have your data in your list or if you just have summary statistics. Runs the same calculations. But remember, if your p-value, if your probability is less than your alpha level that's chosen, you reject. And so in this case, we would reject.